Hi, my name is Beth, and I am going to explain to you in this video a little bit about how the Plexus triplex works to help us in better balancing our whole body so that it works better to naturally heal itself. And it does sound amazing. How can one combination of products work to do all of that? But really, when you think about it, what I'm going to talk about is basically how we can get to the root cause. So, little introduction of myself. Again, I said my name is Beth. I am a Plexus ambassador. I have been taking the products myself and sharing them with friends and family for a year and a half now, and I have been loving them. I also work full-time as a college biology instructor. For the last 15 years, I have taught courses like anatomy and microbiology and general biology. One of my passions for quite a few years has been to learn more about gut health. As I have taught microbiology, I have learned the importance of these microorganisms to our own health. We thought of them as just disease-causing organisms for so many years, and we wanted to get rid of them with things like antibiotics and chemicals and medications, and now we realize that that was a bad move. And actually, we need to take care of them. And why do we need to do that? So let's get back to that core health. What are three major things that researchers are finding that we need to do in order to get our body back into balance and working the way that it needs to do? One is balance our blood sugars. And why is that? Because when our blood sugars are balanced, it's actually amazing. Insulin is a hormone that helps our blood sugars to get into the cells where they need to go. And insulin is known in the hormone system of our body as a master hormone. And so it's actually funny, when you get insulin in balance, it actually kind of gently pulls some of the other hormones like estrogen, testosterone, you name it, it pulls them into balance as well. And it can take time, but if you let your body do that, balancing your blood sugars can help to balance your hormones. What else have we learned about blood sugars lately? One major thing is that blood sugars, when we have these big spikes up and down roller coasters of blood sugars, every time our blood sugar goes up, it actually creates these little things in our body called ages. That's just a little nickname, AGES, for these little things that build up over time, and they can cause like plaques in our body, and over time can degenerate and deteriorate, causing some of these chronic illnesses. And so that's why they're called ages, because it literally ages us. So every time our blood sugar is going up and down and up and down, it's going to age us early. So we want to keep our blood sugars balanced to prevent that as well, right? So blood sugars are a big deal. And so going to a low carb, no sugar type of diet, that's great. But what's the second thing that we need to do to get our health in a balance? We need to work on our gut health. Why do we need to do that? That's going to also help us to balance our blood sugars as well, because our gut microbiome has a lot of control over us that we don't realize actually. When the microbiome is out of balance, those what we call the bad bacteria and also yeast, which can overgrow because yeast loves to eat sugar. So if we've ever had times in our life when we ate a lot of sugar, we're going to feed that yeast. So if that gets out of balance, it's going to start sending signals to our gut, and also that goes straight up to our brain, because the vagus nerve connects straight from our gut to our brain. It's going to send signals to our brain to feed it. And it's going to really get stronger and stronger the longer that you try and go on those no carb and no sugar diets. You may have tried that and struggled to do it for much longer than 30 days. Maybe you've done those 21-day or 30-day fixes, and then you struggled and you cheated a little bit. And that's okay, but keeping it long-term low sugar can be tough because, again, that microbiome can be out of balance. So we need to balance our gut health and our gut microbiome as well. When we also take care of our gut health, we're going to take care of the lining of the gut too, so that we can properly absorb the nutrients that we need to into our gut, because that's how we absorb all of the nutrients into our body, all the vitamins and minerals and everything that we need. It has to have a good, strong surface. And number 3 thing that we need to work on, researchers are saying, is detox. We have environmental pollutants and so many things coming at us all the time. And we also, let's face it, we're not all eating perfectly our entire lives. So we have some stuff built up in our body from past maybe mistakes or things that we've eaten. So detoxing is important. So how do we take care of those 3 key things? Balancing our blood sugars, taking care of our gut health and gut microbiome, and number 3, detoxing. Well, doctors, great endocrinologist doctors through Plexus have come together with what I think is a revolutionary combination of natural plant-based products called Plexus Triplex. And so when I found the Plexus Triplex, I was kind of searching for new health regimen, but I had no idea that Plexus was out there. And when I saw the list of ingredients in there, it just suddenly clicked like, wow, this really can get at all of those key issues. Because number 1 product, it's called the Triplex, so it does have 3 key components to it. Number 1 is called the Slim, and that is just a simple powder, easy drink to put into water, take it in the morning. And the Slim includes things like chromium, which can help to balance your blood sugars, and other plant-based products to help balance your blood sugars, as well as antioxidants too, to get to the cellular level to help us in cleaning out our cells. Great antioxidants. It also includes prebiotic fibers. What are prebiotic fibers? Those are food for our good gut microbiome. The types of bacteria that we want to have in our gut, the prebiotic fiber is the food that we can feed it, and it's good stuff. It's like them eating their vegetables, right? And that's what we want for our kids, and that's what we want for our microbiome too. So we start feeding our gut as well. The good food. So it's going to start to add to our gut health. Number 2 part of Plexus Triplex is the Probio 5, and that's really going to work hard on balancing our gut health. Why? Because it has 5 major strains of probiotics, and those 5 major strains are not just randomly chosen probiotic strains. Those are strains that are actually going to get to the core foundation of our gut health and our gut lining. So what they're doing with these 5 strains, bifidobacterium, for instance, is known to help to increase and strengthen the mucus lining of our intestines. And lactobacillus has so many great benefits as well. But that's going to give us a core, good gut lining and foundation so that we can absorb nutrients better. We need to work on increasing the strength and core of our gut lining because we have so many things coming at it that are breaking it down and breaking it apart. Speaking of that, some of the bad bacteria that we have probably built up over our lives, and yeast overgrowth as well. We need to decrease that and get that back into balance. So the Probio 5 has enzymes as well, which are amazing. If you've never had enzymes supplemented in your diet, you will be shocked at what it can do to help. So chitosanase is an amazing enzyme that helps to break apart chitin, which is the outer lining or cell wall that covers yeast. So it's going to help to break apart and kind of chip away at the yeast when you have yeast overgrowth, so that it can help to decrease that and bring that back into balance, so that the bifidobacterium and the lactobacillus and some of those other core species can start to be built up. Because when you have all the space taken over by the bad stuff, there's no place for the good things to grow, right? So we have to weed it out as well as seed it with good bacteria. Serrapeptase, you look that one up. That is also another amazing enzyme, and that helps to break down really tough proteins that help to break down thick biofilms. So some of those bad bacteria species will create these thick biofilms, and it makes it tough for our own bodies, our own immune system, to actually get in there and get rid of it. Once it kind of gets into a large colony, it forms this biofilm, it's stuck there and it's really hard to get out. So serrapeptase is great at that, and that'll help kind of break that down slowly so that we can get that out and again replace it, seed it with those good species. So number 3, what's the third thing that we need to do is detox. And I said before that there's antioxidants that work at the cellular level already in the Slim. The ProBio 5 is amazing at balancing our gut health. And number 3, the third part of the Plexus triplex, which is also so important, is called BioCleanse. Don't be afraid by the name BioCleanse. It is magnesium, but is an oxygenated form of magnesium. So not only is it going to give us the magnesium that 80 to 90% of us are deficient in magnesium, and magnesium will help us to pull out heavy metals. It will help to, again, pull out some of those bad bacterial species, so it helps to give us a better gut environment. Magnesium is so important for so many functions in the entire body. So having extra magnesium, again, so important. And then it's an oxygenated form. And why is that important? Well, because like I said before, our gut health has become very out of balance. And one thing that those bad species of microbiome of microorganisms like to do is to create more of a kind of a negative environment for the good species. And that's going to be, our gut is pretty anaerobic, but some of those bad species like it to be particularly really anaerobic, meaning no oxygen around. And so that makes it tougher for some of the good species to really take over, when it makes it a better and better and better environment for those bad species. So oxygenating it with that BioCleanse helps to make it a good environment again for, you know, the more normal type of microbiome that we like to have, like the lactobacillus and the bifidobacterium, that are going to build up our gut lining and do so much good things for us. So those 3 things are going to get the Slim, the ProBio 5 with probiotics and enzymes as well, and third, the BioCleanse, a magnesium and oxygenated magnesium, are going to do so much to get to those core reasons for bringing our body back into balance and bringing our body back to health. And when our body comes back to balance and comes back to health, it's amazing what our body can do. 70% of our immune system lives in our guts. So if we take care of our gut, we're going to take care of our immune system. If we take care of our immune system and again balance those hormones as well, we can help start taking care of those little fires and chronic inflammation that's going on throughout the rest of our body that builds up over time. So you can see that over time, taking these plant-based supplements by helping to clean out our body at the cellular level, in the gut, in balancing our blood sugars, over time, it can really do amazing things. So I hope that helps you in understanding why and the Plexus triplex is so amazing, revolutionary, I believe. And please go ahead and put any questions you have in the comments of this video. Thanks for watching.